Digital diary, self-monologue, day 6, I believe. In this journal, I will be talking about procrastination and how I am working on it. Well, procrastination is a very heated debate, especially in uni. My classes are starting in a week, so I'm definitely going to have to hone in on not being as procrastinating. It's gotten better, but during the break, I believe it was winter break. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little out of it. I just did some workouts, but it was a pretty good time because I was able to just kind of calm down, not really do as much, and really refresh my brain and reverberate my personality. Usually, I need states of solitude to increase my cognitive ability, which is a pretty important thing I usually take into consideration. So I was very procrastinative in a lot of different areas, but in the areas that I had some discipline in, I stayed to it and I continued to work. Whether it be my 9 to 5, going down to the gym and being moving, because trust me when I say I know a lot of people just want to stay indoors, sip some hot cocoa, and watch the snow from the inside, and don't like to do a lot in the winter. But verbatim, that was me, to a degree. So how do you conquer procrastination? Well, you do things. Some people say, oh, well, you doing things. Yeah, okay. Like how much or how little? And that is the answer. How much or how little are you putting in? And how much or how little energy do you need to put into one thing compared to another thing? It's about divvying up your time, your energy, and your attention onto things that genuinely matter more or less. For example, you have a test coming up. It's like a 20% grade. You need to get it done. So, you don't put 100% into it, of course, because you have other things in life. If it was a perfect world, you would put 100% into that test, 100% into your job, 100% into this and that. But we're only human beings, and we can only put our attention to one thing at a time. So you need to prioritize. So what you do is you put in 80% of your entire energy, or how much you need, and how much you can function on other things to an even amount in average nature, compared to putting all of it onto the test. So basically, you put whatever percentage you deem important enough to put into the test. If it's 20% of your grade, of course, you're going to put a high amount, whether it be 80%, even like 60 or 70%, if you really want to focus a little bit more on your job, your other work, and stuff that's also important to you. But since that test is literally a day away, it's also understanding when and where to study, when and where to put your attention towards, preparing for the test. So there are a lot of different ways to conquer procrastination and different types of aspects of it. So I feel like the main thing, though, is to make sure that you have decent systems put into place, decent types of things to, keep you in the atmosphere of, hey, I need to get this test done, or whatever it is that you're getting done. So for the most part, I feel like the most important thing is literally where you put your time, attention, and yourself in different types of places to get you to a point of success, whatever it may be. So, learning about how much energy you can put into something and how little energy you can put into something, and then understanding via prioritize different types of placements onto the energy and to the nature of what you're trying to get done. So basically, I feel like the best thing to do, third time, understand where to put your energy, your action, and your time in different situations and different contexts, and have different priorities in life and designate them how much or how little energy you put into it. But I'm going to keep this one short because my roommate is back. He was in here, he kind of went out, he was trying to do some things, so probably not my best choice when and where to do it, but we share a room, so didn't really tell him about these yet. So the good thing is, I'm going to keep doing these things regardless if it was in here or not, because you know what, these things I find very important and they help my cognitive ability via communication, honing in onto a certain topic, and making sure that everything is in tip-top shape, verbally, linguistically, and communication-wise. So regardless of anything, I will not stop doing these because these are very important and I prioritize them. Speaking of prioritization, I did do a video on procrastination this time because I have not done one in a day or two due to having things in life that, of course, I had to prioritize more than these videos. And what things were these? My 9 to 5, because I need to start working and stuff. I need to balance work and these other types of side projects. I also had to do a lot of email work and a lot of different types of focus on my secret project, which I'm not delving into, that's personal. And a few other types of things I've also been working on. For example, via going to the gym, I do like usually 30-minute hour or even 2 hour gym sessions because I like to invest in different types of muscle groups and invest in different types of attributes and ratios of my physical ability. I like to focus on mainly stamina in this time of the year because in the winter, my body is basically in quote unquote hibernation mode, which is a completely different topic than procrastination. But this is an example of something that I prioritize and I put time for it so I don't procrastinate. And a good example in the physical realm is that, my arms are getting a little bit skinnier because I was only jogging and I haven't done an arm day in a minute. So today I did a very big arm day to compensate the weight I'm losing as well as the arm mass I'm trying to retain from my bulk. So that is a good prioritization. And I feel like if you somehow, let's just say it's physical, mental, or whatever, I've given a lot of different examples. So whatever you do, whatever problem it is and whatever you're trying to put your attention towards, prioritize and understand that it's how and where you do it. And having the wisdom to know when to put some energy into something and when not to put energy into something as well. Do or a don't. For example, you won't just go into an unknown situation and not have any anxiety or, not want to think about how best to approach it because it's good to think before you act. It's always a good thing to have that self-awareness at best. So leaving this off with everything that I said, I believe that, sticking to something, even if it's 1%, 2%, 10%, 80%, 100% of something, sticking with something and making sure that you stick with it via organized systems and different types of awareness situations where you understand when and where to prioritize something and put your energy into something that is needed more than something else. And then once that situation is taken care of to the best of its ability that you put towards it, then you can focus on the next thing and the next thing and so forth and repeat the cycle here and through. Well, this is my digital diary monologue, and I will be hopping off, and I bid you all a wonderful night, including my future self that will listen back on these and say, hey, I did this. It's a little side project I'm doing. I'm not looking for views. I'm not looking for anyone to subscribe. This is a personal project, and I'm doing this for me. Namaste, and have a wonderful night, or day, depending on where you are. Peace.